Good morning. My name is Karen Kong, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and welcome to my This or That Thursday. Every week I post 2 cards to my Facebook group, and I ask all of you, my crafting community, to make a decision for me, help vote, and choose a card to make live on Thursday mornings. And today we are making a Christmas card. Oh my God, a Halloween card. I've been making a lot of Christmas cards. I have made a Halloween card today. That's what we're making. I never make Halloween cards. This is my first one. I don't know who to send it to. I mean, do you guys have ideas? For those of you who make Halloween cards, who do you send them to? I was thinking originally, that people who have elementary school kids might send it to the teachers. I don't know who else I would send them to. Anyways, it was fun to make it. I bought the Fright Night bundle because I like the dies that went with it because they're fun. And I think I can use the word boo and eek for other reasons, as you saw last week's card. If you didn't, go back in my Facebook group and check it out. So if you are joining me live, please say hi. I'm just going to get my computer screen set up so I can see your comments while we craft. But if you're joining me live or on replay, I would like to say, I would like you to say hi and tell me where you're watching from. Ask me questions because it is more fun than talking to myself, always. I'm not good at holding conversations with myself. So let me just get this set up. And last week's video, for some reason, I cannot edit the first, the thumbnail that shows by default. It's weird. Normally I can, that's why I hold up my card at the very beginning, because then I can use that as the thumbnail at the beginning of the video so that when you go back and look at all my videos, you can automatically see which card is being made in that live video. And I can't do it. Facebook changed something, and so you get to look at my desk with all the scraps. I don't know. So hopefully this week it'll be different, and I can update the video afterwards so that you can see the card, but I don't know what's going on. Okay, so my Facebook is up and live, and I'm just going to switch my view over to my desk. And if you're watching, just close your eyes for a sec while I switch the view and mount my camera. Here we go. There's the desk. All right, let's move a couple of things out of the way. And I'll just give you a sneak peek of the other card. So I showed you, I always show you a small piece now. Instead of showing the whole card, I just tease a little bit of it. And so this is the Christmas card that I made. So very simple. It wasn't too hard to make. I did fuss around with it for quite some time before I decided what I was going to make. But I'm happy with how it turned out. Anyways, I'll post a picture of that later in my Facebook group. And here is a better look at the card we're making today. Nothing fancy or hard. I think the hardest thing was trying to line up these stripes here because I wanted to use this background of this stamp, and so actually what I ended up doing, because it's not long enough, if you take a look, I didn't want to get these fancy edges on the little strip of cardstock, so I only used this portion of it, and it's not long enough to stamp the whole thing, so I had to stamp twice. And so to kind of disguise that I didn't line up the lines here, I put my spider there. So I love this spider. I mean, I hate spiders, okay? I do not like spiders. I don't want them in my house. I don't want them near me. I don't want to touch it. But this spider is like, it's actually, I like it. It is kind of spooky. It's not a cute spider, but look, he's like so cool. I made him a little bit raised up so he looks more realistic. And call me evil, but I'm going to leave one of these on my daughter's desk on Halloween, just as a joke, because she hates spiders more than me. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. It's a fun card to make. Good morning, Sandra. Thanks for joining me. And I saw this color combination as I was browsing the internet for ideas. So that's what I always start with when I'm trying to find a new card. I look at color combinations that are out there. And this was not a color combination that was a Stampin' Up! Color combination, but I saw it somewhere and I thought, oh, I think I really like that. So this is like I put it together based on what I had, not what the other company, I don't know what colors they were using. But this card base is Peach Pie, this is Pumpkin Pie, and this color here is Pretty Peacock. And then there's black, of course. Okay, so let's get started. I have a whole bunch of pieces here. And I'm going to reuse them because they were leftovers from yesterday and they work really well for this project. Don't have to cut too much stuff. And if you're watching for the first time, I always post my measurements in the the video description afterwards. And you don't have to worry about writing things down, and you can just enjoy crafting and watching. Okay, so, oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is that if you've been wondering where all my videos have been disappearing to, Facebook had implemented a new policy, I don't know, I think in August or September, that they aren't going to keep videos longer than 30 days posted to the site. So if you're looking for my old videos, they're all posted up on YouTube. I have a channel up there, and you can find that link. I think I put that in my page description, so you can find all my old videos there. Just go there, link, subscribe, and like, as my daughter would say. She's been training me. And yeah, so everything's up there if you want to go back and find the videos for how to make stuff. Okay, so let's get started on the card base. So the card base is just a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet cut in half and then scored down the middle. So I have the other half sheet left from yesterday, and I'm just going to score it at 4 1/4. And can you see I'm wearing orange too, because I was making a Halloween card, so I found an orange sweater that I haven't worn in ages, and it really wasn't cool enough to wear a sweater until the last day or so. It was 30 degrees here in Ottawa on Monday, which is completely unheard of. I think that broke records in October. That's totally unheard of. So we've really only hit sweater weather in the last day or so. And I don't know, even the next few days it's going to get a little bit warmer again. We can get away with wearing t-shirts again, I think. Okay, so here's my card base. Okay, and I need a piece of black. The black is 4 by 5 1/4. And again, I have a leftover piece, but I think it's a little bit wide. Let's just double check. Yeah, this is a little bit wide. 5 1/2. Okay, so I'll have to trim it down. I put my paper trimmer away too early. So it's Thanksgiving coming up here in Ottawa this weekend, in Canada. Canadian Thanksgiving is this weekend. And we are back to talking about turkey. Anybody else having turkey this weekend? I am fortunate enough to be invited to my sister's for Thanksgiving this year. She's hosting a big family dinner, and it's going to be a huge feast. I'm like astounded at how much food is going to be at this dinner, and I'm very grateful that I get to partake. I am bringing mashed potatoes, because you got to have turkey with mashed potatoes. My sister's making the turkey, and she's an excellent cook. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask like talking and measuring and cutting, and that does not always bode well for me, because multitasking as I get older gets worse. So let me just make sure 4 by 5 1/4 that I don't cut this to the wrong size while I'm yapping. 5 1/4. Yeah. So her and her husband are, I would say they're kind of foodies. They are great at all sorts of foods, and my sister loves baking as well. And I get to enjoy a lot of that. We're all bringing stuff. It's the kind of like a potluck, which is great because then you get like a whole pile of food and not one person has to make all of it. So yeah, there's turkey, and I believe there's also going to be barbecued, roast barbecued pork, which is an Asian specialty. So I think we're getting an entire pig, which is insane. There's gonna be 17 of us, but still, that's a lot of food. And then of course, like a whole bunch of things on the side. Mashed potatoes, I'm bringing vegetables. There's going to be appetizers. I think my sister's gonna make her crostinis. Oh, they are so good. It's like little pieces of, it's like bruschetta bread basically, but fancy. Way better and fancier. Okay, so what are you guys having? Tell me, what is up for your Thanksgiving weekend? For those of you celebrating. Okay, so back to trying to focus on what the task is at hand. So okay, so this piece here is 1 inch by 5 inches, I believe, and it is already the right size, so I don't need to cut that. I do need to cut this piece. This is my pumpkin pie. I thought it was kind of funny that I managed to match peach pie and pumpkin pie together. Are we having pie? Yes, we are having, oh, I think my sister's niece is bringing a Dutch caramel apple pie. I don't know what that is. I actually never had one of those. I don't know where the caramel is in this, but it sounds delicious. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let me just go back to measuring this thing. Okay, so I need 2 5 inches by, okay, so this is 5 inches already. I need 2 5/8 of that. And I put my trimmer away again too early, but I think this is the last time I need it. 2 5/8. Okay. So there's my pumpkin pie. Sandra says she's doing a roast this year. Always a good reason. It's on sale, right? I don't know about you, but the price of beef is quite high this year. I don't think we had steak more than once this summer. Okay, so I think that's it. I think now is the time to bring in the cut and emboss machine because I need to die cut the word boo. And if you notice, okay, so I'll show you the die. The die has an exclamation mark in it. Okay. Oh, I cannot get it out. There we go. Okay, so the die has an exclamation mark in it, but I thought because I have a snarky looking cat, I thought it would be more fitting that he doesn't have the exclamation mark in the word. I wanted it to be more like a statement because he's snarky. So, so I cut off my my exclamation mark. I just wanted it to be the word boo. So anyways, that's what I need to die cut. And of course we need to die cut our spider. So let's get this out too. And look at these webs. Oh my gosh, they are so cool. I have die cut a few of them, and I am like looking for a way to use them. I have not figured out just yet what, but it's gonna come. Okay, so I need to die cut this out. I did die cut 2 pieces. One is in Pretty Peacock and one is in black. Okay, so let's put this aside and make some room. And you know what? I think today is a good day to bring out my mini cut emboss machine. So let's get that out. You know what? Last year I did Thanksgiving, and we just had Thanksgiving with our own family last year. It was a small affair, and my kids are not huge fans of turkey, so I never make turkey because they don't want it. Oh, yes, Sandra, good point. I did think about that, and I'll show you the die. I wanted to leave that, but the decimal, not the decimal, the period is detached from the boo. So I can't I'd have to like glue it on separately. Sorry, I was off the screen there, but yes, see if I want to keep it, I have to cut it separately. So I could do that. I just didn't feel like doing it yesterday, but maybe that's what I'll do today. Okay, so let's get this going. I have the word boo, which fits exactly on here, left over from yesterday. And then I also need my spider. I'm trying to find a little piece. Nope, I don't have a tiny piece, or a big enough piece actually. I have a strip here, but it's not big enough. Yeah, that's not big enough. Okay, so I will use, is that big enough? No, not big enough. Okay, so let's use this. Okay. Oh, that's a great idea, Sandra. Yeah, it just, I like that idea. Let's play around with that when I make the card. Whoops, I put the handle on the wrong side. That's reality crafting for you. There we go. All right. Let's roll this through. Okay. I've been hiding this set from my daughter so I can use this spider to like make her Halloween spooky. She hasn't seen it yet. Maybe you think I'm evil, but I think it's gonna be so funny if she really freaks out and thinks it's a real spider. I'm gonna put it probably by her on her breakfast at the breakfast table on Halloween morning. It'll wake her up. Okay, let's just push this out because I'm going to die cut it on the second one. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And I have another strip here. This is a pretty peacock, as you know. Let's roll that through. Okay. So I wasn't sure this year if my daughter would be dressing up and going out because she just turned 13 and I didn't know if it was going to be cool or not for her to go out trick-or-treating, but if you have seen the movie K-pop Demon Hunters, it's a huge hit, and that's what her and her friends have decided they're going to go as. So there have not been any, reasonably priced costumes that we could find that are pre-made. So she's making her own costume this year. I think it's been a great exercise for her and her dad to undertake. Her dad's really good at putting together costumes, and so they've been visiting thrift stores and fabric stores to get all the components that they need to best resemble one of the demon hunters. So they're having fun with that. Okay, so now I have my pieces. Okay, so let's bring my silicone mat here for gluing and such. Because what I did was I glued the two die cuts together to give it a little bit more depth and to make it look like it has a shadow, right? Can you see the shadow on my boo? Right, so let's leave the exclamation. What do you think? Oh, I did not know that, Sandra. I'm sure they must have looked because they went through the thrift stores and stuff. So I'm sure they must have looked. But they also got a little bit of fabric from one of her girlfriends who likes to sew. So I think she's good now. But okay, so what do you think? Should I leave the exclamation mark on? Because I like this. I do think that it's funny. Like, he's a snarky cat. So I'm debating. Okay, let's leave it on for this time. We'll leave it on. Because I'm thinking about where the embellishment is here, and if I put it here on him, I don't know if it'll look funny or not. What do you think, Sandra? It was your suggestion. If I put the embellishment here as a period, I don't know. Okay, while I'm waiting for Sandra's answer, because it's always a little bit delayed, I'm going to just add a little bit of depth to my spider. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to curl his legs to give him a little bit of height. Okay, I'm just going to take my bone folder and just kind of curl his legs a little bit, give him a little bit of height, and make him look more realistic. Sandra, I can't believe you're suggesting me having to like manage a tiny little dot, because I know how much you hate like fussy cutting and stuff. Then I had to cut off, like, you know, both colors too. Okay, so do you see like my spider is like kind of 3D? He's spooky. Can you see that? Okay, so now he's like 3D-ish. All right, Sandra, let's do this. This was your suggestion. Okay, let's see if this works. This is gonna be tricky. Because, like, cutting off the period, it's tiny. Oh, I gotta take off my glasses for this. I'm not gonna be able to see properly up close for trimming this little period. Let's see if I can do this justice. Oh, yeah, I have to do both of them, right? I was wondering if I could get away with just one. Okay. Okay, so there's one. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. Hang on, I'm going to grab a Post-it note and just stick it onto the Post-it note so I don't lose it, because it'll just take one sneeze and it'll be gone. There we go. Okay. So I know Sandra's made another comment, but like I said, I took off my glasses so I could fussy cut, so I'll have to look at it in a second. Okay, so I am just going to, so you can see better, I'm just going to cut my O, and hopefully it'll look nice and round. There we go. There's one, and then we'll do the same thing with the pretty peacock. Okay. All right. You can tell I'm concentrating because I'm not talking. Okay, so let's see how this worked out. I gotta put my glasses back on now. There we go. Oh, Sandra said glue together first, then cut. There's an idea. I could have done that too. Oh, another good idea. Use Wink of Stella on the boo to give it some glimmer. Oh, I like that too. I always forget to use Wink of Stella. I don't know what is with me. Like, I love that stuff, but I don't use it enough. Okay, so let's glue this together so that I don't lose it. And yes, the embellishment is sparkly. Let me just show you. Oh, it's these, okay? So it's called Adhesive-backed sparkle gems. They're actually called sparkle gems. And there are a bunch of black ones, okay? You are always pushing Wink of Stella, and it's a good thing I have you to remind me because, like I said, I don't use it often enough. Okay, so I'm just being careful where I put my glue because I want to offset the letters just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I don't need tons of glue, I just need enough for them to stick together. There we go. I could not do this without tweezers. Thank goodness for tweezers. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, next, let's do the dots. Let me just figure out which way's up. I don't think it really matters, but I can tell. Okay, so okay, a tiny dot of glue on this. And then there we go. All right, let's do some stamping and then we'll get to assembly. So I'm going to put this aside to dry. Let's put it back on the post-it note so I don't lose it. And put my spider there too. Okay, so I'm going to need some scrap paper because I need to stamp this piece in Pretty Peacock. Oh, I meant to take that out and now I have to go find it. Of course, that would be reality crafting. Oh, here we go. Found it. Here's the Pretty Peacock. Okay, so like I said, this stamp is not long enough to do the entire length of the Pretty Peacock strip that I have, so I have to stamp twice. And I figured it was too difficult to try and line up all the lines. It's impossible to see where it goes and to line that up. I have not figured out how to do that. So I am just going to stamp it twice and we'll hide that little join area or just kind of obscure it with the spider, okay? Okay, so the way I ink this, because this is such a large stamp, I'm actually going to make sure this is straight. Looks pretty straight. Okay. I'm going to actually put it down and I will use the ink pad to ink it up. And I want to ideally just ink up to about here, okay? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another piece of scrap paper to mask off the bottom part, because I don't want to get this, the edge of this tag shape, right? I just want a straight line. So I'm going to mask it off, and I'm going to make sure that I don't accidentally, and I'm just kind of measuring against the length here. Okay, I'm just kind of holding it up and I'm seeing that, okay, round about here is going to be the middle section of this stamp, so I don't end up with the tag. Okay, so now I'm just going to stamp it straight down. Okay, so there's part of it. And now I'm going to cover this section up this time, and I'm going to be close as I can. Oops. I just need to ink up again. Okay, and like I said, I'm just going to judge. Oh, okay, so this, I'm worried, I was able to do it in one go last time, 2 goes, sorry. And this time I'm a little bit worried that the bottom of the stamp here is going to show on the bottom here, but let me see. Actually, I think it should be okay as long as I use the center part. So let's make sure we do this. And if it doesn't work out, there's always the back. Oh, that worked out just fine. That's great. Okay, so you can see that the join area is here. So I'm going to hide that with my spider. All right, so let's put this aside. Okay, so that's my strip. I did a better job the first time, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, the next thing I'm going to stamp is the background here. So I was looking for a way to use this stamp in a different way, and I thought it would make a great background. And you just have to line up where the bottom of the tags meet. I thought I was going to get away with not having to wipe this stamp clean, but I realized I need this block. Okay. Okay. It's a little further down than I would like. It's just fits on this block. All right, let's get out the pumpkin pie. So I'm stamping pumpkin pie on pumpkin pie, and I think it looks really good that way. Okay, so I'm going to ink the whole thing up. Okay, and let's stamp it into the corner on an angle. Okay, let's ink it up again. So if you want to make a background out of this, you kind of have to line up the shape of the tag at the top, the background. Otherwise, you won't be able to avoid big gaping areas of empty space, right? Because the first time I stamped this, I offset it and I moved it down, and then I realized I would not be able to stamp the stamp again if I did that like without a bunch of space in here. So I'm going to do the stamping here first, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm trying to fit it into the same empty space left by this curly edge, right? There, and then I'm going to fill in that last area. There. That looks pretty good. So there's my background. All right. The last thing I'm going to stamp is that cat. Okay, I'm going to use my stamp apparatus because I want to make sure he's a solid black, and I know that that's going to require stamping it twice. So let's bring in my stamp apparatus. We'll just put this underneath to help with inking up. I have a piece of white scrap here, and I'm just lining up the edges in case my paper moves and I have to line it up again. Okay, let's get out my cat. I didn't realize it the first time when I stamped this, but there is a piece that stamps the inside of the box, so I could actually stamp that this time. I don't know if I want to leave it white or if I want to make it a color. I'm thinking maybe making it either orange or, well, orange or Pretty Peacock. What do you think? Okay, so there's my, see, it picked it up, it moved it. Okay. So here's the black. Okay. So he's pretty good, but I'm going to make him super black. So let's stamp him again. Would the Pretty Peacock be too dark? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking maybe orange would work better. Crumb cake? Another card. Another color in the mix. Yeah, I guess it is a box, right? Let's see. I think I'm going to take this and freehand stamp that. Just a second. Let me just clean this off. Yeah, I guess, like you said, it is a box, so crumb cake, I guess, would work. That's a good suggestion. Okay, let's get this out of the way. get out this box piece. I'll get it. All right. So I haven't used it before actually. So if you haven't used a photopolymer stamp before and you get a brand new one, there is a film of dishwashing soap, like soap. That's what the last thing they do before they leave the factory is they wash it. So there is a film on it that you need to get rid of so that the ink will sit properly on it. I'm going to bring back a piece of scrap so that I can stamp it a few times and make sure that it's stamping properly. Let's get crumb cake out. Just test it out here. It's pretty good. Okay. I'm debating between crumb cake and pumpkin pie. Let's see how pumpkin pie stamps too. Sandra's saying maybe a pumpkin pie might blend too much. Ooh, the pumpkin pie stamped really well actually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to blend too much into the background. But you know what? I want the word boo to be to be the highlight. Like I don't want the crumb cake to draw the eye. So this is how I kind of reason through like what colors to use. And if I put crumb cake there, it'll be the only crumb cake on the whole card, and I don't know if it's going to draw the eye. You know what? We could stamp both. Let's try both. Let's try one crumb cake and we'll see. Oh shoot, did I just reality crafting. Okay, I have orange left on this. I should not be doing that. Okay, so let's stamp this off. See, I did put some orange on it. Okay, let's put orange on this and we'll stamp the cat image, and then oh, I'm just catching up with your comments, Sandra. Why is there a line sticking out the left side? Am I? What the heck? I am confused. Is this not the box stamp? It sure looks like it is. For a second there, I thought maybe it was for the witch's hat, but I don't think it is. I think it's the box, and I don't know why there is a. Does this actually fit? Well, I guess it does. Okay, let's try it. Huh. Does that look right to you? I don't get it. Why do we have missing areas here? Okay. Well, we've got lots of time today. I don't know. Okay, let's stamp the cat again, and we'll try it with the crumb cake. Okay, let me close these before I ink myself. And we'll put this back on. So I'm going to move the cat over. Sandra, you think it's a possibly a shadow? Yeah, I don't know. It looks so strange. I'm gonna have to go back and like, you know, Google like what other people have done with this stamp set and see how their images turned out. Maybe I stamped it in the wrong spot. I don't know. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, cat's good. Let's clean this off. Sandra, you've got the power of the internet on your at your fingertips. How about you tell me, what have other people done with that box? Are they stamped in the same way too? Okay, so let's try this in crumb cake now, and I'm going to make sure my stamp is clean so I don't put orange on my crumb cake. Let's just double check. I think it's okay. Let me just check this area that I accidentally inked. I think it's okay. All right. So let's just ink this up. And like, I don't think it's supposed to go anywhere else. Like, I'm lining up the V and the shape of the right side. And it looks like it's in the right spot. Okay. There's the brown crumb cake. All right, so let's just take a quick look. Nope, I think I'm gonna have to fussy cut him out first. Okay, let me just trim it down so that it's easier for me to fussy cut. Okay. The cat set is called Clever Cats. Okay, so let's just fussy cut this. He's a little bit tricky to cut because he's got little bits of fur that look like they're sticking out. But it's okay. Okay, I know Sandra has posted something in the comments, but I'm just fussy cutting and I do have my glasses on. I think I've become a convert of fussy cutting. I used to hate it so much and don't actually mind it anymore. It gives you so much more, so many more images to work with when you can fussy cut them, right? And it gives a depth to the card. Okay. That's one. All right, let me put my glasses on. All right. Oh, okay. So Sandra says that is the right way to use that stamp. The two-step stamping does leave a certain section blank. So, okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is let's just place everything here. So this is what I do when I'm designing too, is that I don't assemble everything in case I don't love what my elements look like together and I want to swap it out, so I don't glue it down until I'm fairly happy with how it looks. Okay, so here's basically how it's going to go together. Okay, so there it is with the orange. Okay, pumpkin pie. Let's try this one too, because I'm interested to see how it looks. Okay, so some people have colored the whole thing in. I could have, you know what I could do if I don't like that, is I could just take my alcohol markers and color it in so that the whole thing is solid. That's another alternative, and but for this, I think I'll just leave it as is. So like I said before, I don't make Halloween cards, and I only bought this Halloween cat because I like the cat, because I think he's really got personality, and so I just used the cat stamps. And then I bought the Fright Night bundle because I like the dies and the words that go with them. And I'm going to repurpose it for other cards. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off because it's getting in my way. I'm trying to do this quickly. I know this is like, I don't know, this is torture for you watching me fussy cut Sandra. But then we can get a real feeling for how it's going to look, because I don't think holding up the whole piece does the image justice, the card. Like, you can't really get a feel for how it's going to look. So that's why I'm fussy cutting both of them. Okay, done. Yes, I know. Too bad there's no die for this. Yeah, I was thinking I could maybe put it on like a little Halloween giveaway for the next door neighbor kid who's, I think he's like 4. So, you know, that's a good age, I think, for Halloween gifts. Okay, so here we go. Here's the pumpkin pie version. And here is the crumb cake version. Oops, I'm stuck to it. So, I don't know. I think pumpkin pie is good, and I think crumb cake works too. I guess it just boils down to personal preference. So here's pumpkin pie, here's crumb cake. Okay, I am personally leaning towards pumpkin pie, simply because I want the focus to be on this word. And not have it drawn to the box. But that it's just personal preference, really. I think both could work, but I think I'm going to use pumpkin pie for this card. Okay. Oh, I have one more thing to do, and I need to add the cobweb from which the spider is hanging. Oh, okay. Sandra likes crumb cake better. That's funny. You and I have different opinions on this, but like I said, personal preference, no big deal. I'm just going to add a cobweb. So there is actually a stamp for this, but I had to join it up for this length, and I found that it was kind of hard to make it straight because I mean it's just very difficult. Oh, the period and the winkle style. Yeah, okay, I haven't assembled yet. Let me do the cobweb, and I'm thinking this time I will actually use a ruler and the stamp and write marker. This is the only one I own, and it's going to be perfect for this. So I'm just going to line this up. Okay, and I'm going to add a little line for my cobweb. So I'm going to use, let's not crush my spider. Maybe dashed lines instead of so you can hardly tell the dots are there because it's so dark. So I'm just going to add dashed lines down to around here because this is where I want to cover that little join area. Oops. Okay. All right, so let's assemble. Okay, so we'll start with our black. I'm gonna get my glue. This was not a fancy card. I think we spent time, the extra time deciding on what color our box was going to be and playing around with that. And suddenly it's past 10. I thought this would be like super fast because it's not a fancy fold or anything. But that's okay. We had some fun playing with the elements. Oops. Okay. This is just mostly assembly. Once you've got everything stamped and die cut, it's just a matter of laying it out, gluing it down. Okay, and then this little guy is going to go here. So, Okay, and then I'm also going to glue this down. I didn't raise anything up except for my spider. Okay. Okay. All right, and let's put the dot on. Let's bring this over here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little dot of glue where I want it to go. There. Yeah, I like that idea. That little period there. It's like that emphasizes the that it's not like a scare. It's just a statement. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a dimensional. I'm going to grab a mini dimensional. I've already cut one in half for yesterday's spider, so the today's spider will use the other half. I'll just stick that underneath. Just fixing it so it doesn't show. Okay. And we'll put him on. And he will cover up my join area. And let's get the sparkle gems out and add those. Oh yeah, Sandra says to use the bats for helping to cover up any join areas. So if you see, and actually I just noticed the bats again today as I was taking out the stamp set, and I was like, oh yeah, they have bats in this one, but I haven't used those yet either. So I really need a reason to send people Halloween cards. Alright, I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool and we'll stick some of these on. Okay, so here and here. And I guess we'll put one more. Should I still put one here now that we have the period there? I actually think we don't need it. I'm going to use the Winkostella. Whoops. And, okay, I have not used this in ages. That worked really well, actually, but it makes it darker, but hopefully when it dries it won't be quite as dark, but I like that. Let's do this too. I don't know why I don't use this more often, because it's fun. Almost done. I know, what's not to love? I love that. That was a fantastic suggestion, Sandra. I love that. I love how it sparkles along with my sparkle gems. Okay, let's put this away and let's hold them up side by side. I think those were some great improvements to the card. Let's hold them up. Yeah, I think this the new card has like more depth to it. I like it. I love it. Oh, I'm off the screen. That's the problem. I always forget I'm like off the screen. So there is our cards today. I hope you enjoyed making that with us. And thanks, Sandra, for chiming in and, you know, your great suggestions. I'm wondering if I should make the spider sparkly too. What do you think? Maybe I'm just going a little bit too crazy with the Wink Stella now. Anyways, have fun with your supplies, have fun with the stamp set, and I hope you have a great week. And everybody in Canada, have a great Thanksgiving this weekend. I'm going to be wearing stretchy pants, I think, for the week afterwards, after I have that feast. Have a great week. Bye.